First, I just want to say that your song in the musical is my absolute favorite, and I think your voice is phenomenal. And my question is, what is your favorite Disney princess movie and your favorite Disney animal movie, and which like male and female characters would you want to voice or play?
That's a lot of questions. On the one coffee. I'd love a second. My favorite Disney princess is The Little Mermaid. Because I'm a ginger. And then my favorite animal one is Zootopia. Because, you know, Ginny Goodwin. And it was so funny, and she's such a cute little bunny. So cute. And then, what would I like to voice?
Yeah, who do you like to voice?
Bless you. Maybe Lion King 3. Don't know, haven't thought about it. Thank you.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Bye, darling. Hello.
Hi, my question is, would you actually sing the Wicked song for us?
Oh, God. Not the whole thing. It's so early. Finally, the moment I was hoping would come, the moment he would realize he chose the wrong one. There isn't any curse I could cast to match this feeling. There you go. Morning. Thank you.
Hello. Thanks for busting me when I sneezed. A little close. You worked with Bobby quite a bit, both as Mr. Gold and Rumpelstiltskin. I'm wondering, like, what are the main differences? Is he like really, really silly when he's in the makeup, or is he like creepier when he's in the makeup? What's it like?
I'll answer this delicately. No, well, I mean, Mr. Gold and Rumpelstiltskin are incredibly different, and I love the fact that, I mean, he really made two very different characters with an essence of him in both of them, because he's just ridiculously talented. But, I mean, it's just so much fun when he's Rumpelstiltskin and I'm the Wicked Witch, and we haven't done that together for such a long time, because it just has that fairy tale flair to it. So if I had to choose a gun to my head, I would pick Rumpel. I mean, Mr. Gold's still cute, but I love it. I just love it when Rumpel's Rumpel. Thank you. Hi.
Which season is your favorite and why?
I mean, I think as a fan, like if I was just going to sit here with my Netflix and a big box of chocolates and a cup of tea, I'd probably say season 1. Even though I'm not in it, I'd probably say season 2 because it was just so magical. But then for me personally, as an actor, I really enjoyed the second half of season 3, that whole Wicked is Coming storyline. Yeah. That was really fun. But I think my favourite bits is when there's like a bit of an arc where we get to like see all the Wizard of Oz stuff. Like, I mean, there was even stuff, you know, season 6 where I'm ripping out the Scarecrow's brain, and whenever there's like a Tin Man or a Scarecrow or a lion in it, then I'm like, ooh, and I get the Wizard of Oz feels. It's fun. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, my name's Alondra, and my question is, what's the craziest thing you've ever done to prepare for any role that you've played?
I don't know. Craziest thing I've done. Ooh. I don't know. That's a really good question, and I really don't have a very good answer for it. I tend to use music to get in the mood. You know, if I need to get like really wicked and really wow, then I tend to use music to kind of get me in the space. But I think on our show, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of the preparation comes from literally just putting the costumes on. Because as the hat goes on and the skin goes on and the stick-on nails get clipped on, you're like, with the music, then you're ready to just like murder everybody on the show. It's really fun. Really fun. Cathartic. Thank you. Hi.
My name is Liberty, and I just want to say you're such an impact on my life, and I love your character. And my question is, what was your audition process? How did you find out, and what did you do to celebrate?
Ooh, well, I was very lucky when I got this role in terms that I didn't have to audition for it, which as an actor is a really big deal because you audition all the time. And that year, in 2013, when I got the part on Once Upon a Time, I had tested for 13 shows, 13 pilots, and I didn't get any of them. It was a fun year. And I'm like, do I go back to England? Time to get a job at Starbucks, they have really good healthcare. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I'm like, I'm like, is it me? What is it? You know, like plan B, or I didn't have one. So I just randomly got a phone call out of the blue saying, do you want to be on Once Upon a Time? I'm like, oh thank God. Yes, I do. And my agent said, but you don't know what the role is. I went, je don't care. I'm hungry. I will take it. What did I do to celebrate? Oh, I think I went out with Mark that night. My husband and I had only been together like 2 or 3 months when I got the part, and we went out and had some champagne and celebrated. But I definitely screamed. I mean, hello, it's me. There was lots of noise, like, yay! It's kind of like that. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Rebecca. And Zelina, I know you already made amends with Regina, but I don't mind being your friend if you want one. My question to you, Zelina, if you had to be the new Dark One, what would your new plans be? Would you use all your powers to secure your unborn child, or conquer Storybrooke and get revenge on Regina, get all her things, conquer Oz, and also the endless dimensions, and force everyone to love you and to say, long live the Wicked Witch?
Pity. That was a lot of options. Oh, I need a bit of a lie down. I don't know. I mean, I feel like at this point, in season 7, for me to get the dagger and murder everybody is a bit like Zelina 2014, you know? It's a bit Zelly 2013, isn't it? Season 3. I think where I'm at in my development of my character at this point, you know, I'm trying to be less murdery, you know? Less baby stealing, Henry throttling Zelina. I'm trying to be on the straight and narrow a little bit. But would I like to have the dagger? Sure, why not? You know, put it in the drawer, pull it out when you need it. But try not to kill everyone. Thank you.
My favorite line from you, see you soon, sis.
What?
See you soon, sis.
Oh! Bye, new friend. Hi.
If you could be a different character on Once Upon a Time, who would you be and why?
I don't want to be anybody else but me. I know, it's such a boring answer, but we get asked that all the time, like if you had to be someone else, and I can't be bothered to lie anymore. I used to say anything other than me, but I would say Rumpel, or I'd say the Evil Queen, because my villains are my favourites, but I really don't want to be anybody else but the Wicked Witch. Is that okay? Thank you. Thank you. Hi.
Favorite Disney movie as a kid and favorite Disney movie now?
Well, I mean, I wanted to be Ariel, I know all the words. But I did love Aladdin. I mean, the 90s had some strong Disney cartoons for me. I love it. I love Aladdin. Even Beauty and the Beast is pretty strong. But then, yeah, no, like I said earlier, my favourite current one is definitely Zootopia. That scene in the DMV.
Yeah.
I mean, people would die in the cinema when I was like punching the person next to me. I didn't even know them. Like, I'm like, ow, lady, stop. I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah, Zootopia. Thank you. Hi.
How are you? So I know you love Will and Grace, so I was wondering, what's your favorite episode and which character do you relate to the most?
Oh, Will and Grace is my jam. I'm a little bit, I'm a bit behind on the new season because I've been shooting a lot, so I need to crush like 3 episodes on Hulu. And I've got a day off on Wednesday, and that's so how I'm spending it. I can't wait. But Karen was definitely my favourite. Now, honey, now. Oh, I mean, her comedic timing, I could just watch her all day, every day. Karen, for sure. I want to hang out with her really badly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. I wanted to know, what's your favorite line that Zelina said in Once Upon a Time?
There's a lot. I mean, my original line, "The Queen made me evil, but I'm wicked and wicked always wins," is a classic. And then I loved it when I killed Bayfire and I went, oops. Another classic. I could make a book like for the toilet. He gives people on Christmas of Zell's best one-liners. And then I said one, I think it was in season 5, no, it was last season, where I said, I'm sorry if I'm good at what I do. I mean, that's just classic, snotty, self-congratulatory Zelina, isn't it? That was a good one. Thank you. Hi.
I am Matthew. I was wondering if you miss being wicked or you like being good.
I do. I mean, I try to keep a little hint of the wickedness in Zelina, even though, she's grown. Hashtag growth, whatever. But yeah, being green and being really wicked is probably my favourite, and I got to do that in the musical and like smack a munchkin in the head with my broomstick. I mean, what's better than that? Do you know what I mean? Brilliant. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. First of all, I just want to say that you've been a huge impact on my life. Being a teenager and just going through not really liking yourself and being uncomfortable with who you are, watching you and your character be so unapologetically yourself has helped me more than you can know. But my question is, with your fan, with your following and the fan base of Once Upon a Time, what do you hope your legacy is? What do you hope your legacy is?
My legacy?
Yeah.
Oh God. Ooh. Yeah, I would probably say that. I think the biggest thing that I've learned from being in this fandom and playing this character, what I've definitely learned from being Zelina is that she's so unapologetically herself. And I think, I've spent most of my life trying to please other people, wanting people to like me, which is exhausting. And you do it when you're a teenager, and then you do it when you're in the 30s. But the best thing about getting older is you just really stop caring. You just don't care. And that's really liberating. And I think to pass that message on to younger people is really important, because my favourite quote ever is, comparison is the thief of joy. And I think we spend so much of our time, especially with social media and everything, like how many likes you got for a bloody selfie, things like that have become really important. And they're not. So I think just being yourself, if I could have left a message that doing you unapologetically, then, my life would have been worth something. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen.
You've been my darling. Hiya.
Hi. You're very talented, and I love the way that you've brought Zelina to life. And my question is, if you could have any other character's wardrobe, whose would you pick?
I like Belle's short skirts. Ronnie's. I love Ronnie's new look.
Yeah.
Every time Lana comes out, I'm like, want it, need it, take it off, I want it. Ronnie, her new look is ridiculous. I love it. It's so fashion forward. I love it. That's who I pick. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, I was wondering, if the Wicked Witch was never green, what colour would you make her?
If I wasn't green?
Yeah.
Purple. I'll tell you, I like a bit of purple. Looks good with my ginger bush. Love it. Perps. Thank you. Hiya.
Hi. So seeing that you're officially coming back for season 7, which I'm super excited about. Are you planning on coming back to conventions next year? Because you're not on the list.
I mean, do you want me to? That was easy. I'll see you next year.
Love you since Lost. So I like when in all the scenes that I like how the scenes where a group of characters work together. What was your favorite scene to shoot with the whole group of actors? A group scene.
You mean in terms of all of us being together?
Yeah.
God, those scenes are brutal. Those group scenes take hours and hours and hours to shoot, because you've got to get so many people's coverage. We did one the other night, and I'm like, we're never getting out of here alive. It's 2 a.m. and we still haven't done my coverage. The group scenes are pretty brutal. My favourite scenes are one-on-one. I mean, you really get to act and schmact and play with the other person, and the day is a lot quicker, and you get home sooner. But I do, you know what I really loved? I like all the group scenes in the streets of Storybrooke. I really, really love that, and it was really fun because all the fans would come out, and it was just a really fun energy. That town has a magical quality to it, and we're not there anymore, and I really miss it. So, and they've got a really cool English shop with all my favourite bits and bobs in it. So I might go next week and buy myself some chocolate.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. My question is, if you could say something or give advice to your teenage self, what would you say?
Hang in there. Don't give up. This too shall pass. Being a teenager is rubbish. I would not want to go back for anything. It's really, really hard to be a teenager, and I had a really horrible time at school. I mean, if you told me when I was like 14 and being bullied and had chronic cystic acne, that one day I'd be sitting in front of you lot having a giggle, I'd be like, whatever. I wish I could go back and go, it's going to be all right, mate. Hang in there. You're going to be on the telly. But I can't. But yeah, not that that's like the best thing ever, but it was my dream. And it's just like, you just got to, I don't know, I always say to teenagers, any minute now you're going to be 18 and you're going to be an adult. So just before you know it, you'll be an adult and you'll be free and you can do whatever the hell you want with your life. Hang in there. Thank you. Hello.
Hi. My name is Cynthia. I'm 22. I just moved 4 months ago from Brazil to Seattle. And I know you moved here in your early 20s. So I would like to know, what was the hardest thing for you and what advice would you give?
The hardest thing was being away from my family and obviously your own country. But, you know, I think the best thing to do, and also with technology the way that it is today, you can FaceTime and Skype your parents and your friends whenever you want. And that really helps me because I'm actually really homesick right now. I haven't been home since June. I really miss my nieces and my sister. It really makes my heart hurt. And then like my family all went on holiday together and I couldn't go. I'm like, I feel so left out. But, you know, it is what it is. You're pursuing a dream, so you just have to hang in there and try and save your money and go back when you can. But literally, Skype and FaceTime so that you can see people. That's what really helps me when I'm lonely and homesick.
Okay,
thank you. Good luck with your move. Hi.
Hi, my question is, do you prefer doing stunts yourself or do you prefer a stunt double?
Pardon?
Do you prefer doing stunts yourself or do you prefer a stunt double?
I love doing stunts. I mean, try and fly my broomstick. That's my broomstick. I get really annoyed like when I see a stunt double dressed as the Wicked Witch. I'm like, I don't think so. Back up. That's it. Yeah, I'm not having it. And they're like, well, you know, we thought just in case. I'm like, no, I'll do it, thanks. But you know, if it's falling into a pit of fire, she can do it. Thanks for coming. Great work. How's your ankle? I'll try to do as much as I can because you want it to look as real as possible. And I used to be way more like, I want to do it all, and then you get hurt and you're like, not so much. I'm all right. You know, because I have actually really hurt myself doing stunts. I did a stunt on Lost when I first arrived. I jumped out of a helicopter. Well, I didn't, obviously. But I was hanging upside down and then they had me on a thing and they dropped me down. And I did it so many times the next day, my brain was swollen and I had to go and get a CAT scan and an MRI. And that was pretty scary and I messed up my hip. It took me about a year to feel better from that, so I'll do my broomstick, they can do everything else. Thank you.
Hi Rebecca, my name's Sophia, and I was wondering how your experience of being bullied as a child affected your life.
How did it affect my life? I think being bullied changes your life in a way that no one can understand unless they've been bullied. Most of the people I know have probably been bullied in some way or another, even as children or as adults, but I definitely think being bullied made me who I am today. There's still that part of my personality where I still feel like that overweight kid with acne all down my front and my back, or people kicking me at lunchtime. That person is still in there somewhere, but I think what I've had to do is I've learned how to be my own best friend, and I really stick up for myself. So if I get bullied now, if someone tries to bully me now, I'm like, no, because I'm basically sticking up for that person that didn't have the strength to do it 20, 25 years ago or whatever. And I think the mistake that I always made too is that when people were mean to me or abusive to me, you keep it to yourself, and that's so stressful. So I think the most important thing is always, always to tell somebody else. There's no reason to suffer in silence. Life's too short to be unhappy, you know? And there are people that love you that will help you and save you. Or I'll do it, I'll get them! I hate bullies. And when people tell me that they're being bullied or they know someone, I'm like, all I want to do is just dress up as the Green Wicked Witch and kick the classroom door and go, oi, you! But I don't think Disney would let me. Oh well. But in my head, that's how I fix it. Hi.
Hi, Bex. My question was that if you've ever assembled IKEA furniture, if you've had as much trouble as you did like Selena.
Shouldn't have swallowed. Death by comedy. Oh my god, IKEA furniture, absolutely not. There is not one part of my brain that goes, oh, I want to know how to do that. Like, I power down. There's certain things that my brain just goes, night, night. I can't read instructions of how to put furniture together, and all the little knobs and all the little holes, it's just horrendous. My mum is really good at putting together furniture. I did not inherit that. So no, I can't do it. So I really related to Zelina in that moment, because she could have just gone, crib. But she doesn't have her magic back, so I can't do it. Thank you. But my husband can. Hey!
Hi. So I just first want to say that you're always slaying at your fashion and your dresses that you wear and everything.
Work it!
And I just want to know where you got your outfit that you're wearing today.
Oh.
H&M. I love H&M. Do you know that H&M stands for, what's it called? Henry and Maurits or something. It's Swedish. I love H&M.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
First of all, I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for Puerto Rico. And I know that you were supposed to go to the Comic-Con. What were you most looking forward to do there?
Oh my god, I was so disappointed that I wasn't able to go to Puerto Rico. Obviously the circumstances are completely horrendous. But you know, Lana had already been, and she's Puerto Rican, and she had such a magical time, and I was so excited. She told me all about it, so I was really, really excited to meet the fans. And I know that Once Upon a Time is really popular in Puerto Rico, and I was mostly I just wanted to meet the fans, you know. And I know a lot of people don't have cell phone service, so I wasn't even seeing the disappointment because people's phones aren't even working. It's just the whole thing has been so incredibly heartbreaking. But when the time is right and that convention gets back on its feet again, like, I will absolutely be there again and just have a do-over and celebrate the island. Thank you so much.
Hiya. Hi. Okay, so another serious question. If you had to pick between floral prints or coffee to get rid of, which one would you pick?
A floral prints?
Print.
Oh! If I had to give up floral print or coffee, which would I give up? Why would you do that to me? I'm the worst person. You haven't even met, you're already picking on me. Just do it! I don't want to give up either. I'd probably give up florals, because I need my caffeine, especially when we're making this show for you at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's exhausting. Yeah. Thank you. But I don't want to. Hello.
Hi, Bex.
Who's that?
This is Sierra, but she was supposed to be here, but she's now serving in Kuwait. She had a question.
Yeah, I love her. Hi.
She had a question for you, and I'm asking for her.
Okay.
She wanted to know what your most unique gift you've received from a fan or fans.
Oh my god, I've got so many gifts. My house looks like a witch's cauldron. I mean, I've gotten so many amazing things. Mugs, chocolate, magnets, all my favourite things, t-shirts with really cool stuff on it. I would say my most favourite thing is the artwork that I've received. Some of these fans are just incredibly talented, and I've got it all protected and saved, and I'm waiting to buy my first house and then decorate my office with everything. But everyone is so creative, but the chocolates and flowers are great too. I love chocolate. But give them my love, won't you? Thank you very much. Hi.
Hi. So first of all, I want to say that your legacy would be this beautiful, kind-hearted ray of sunshine in our lives with a heart of gold that gives the best hugs. And you mean a lot to me. So my actual question is, if you had to go to Comic-Con and had to cosplay to make sure nobody recognized you, who would you be? Anybody.
Ooh, I've got one. The Handmaid's Tale. Because then I could put the thing down, you know, just sleekly look through it. That would be cool. I love that show.
That's awesome. Thank
Thanks
you so much.
Bye, darling. Thank you. Hello? Oi!
Hi, Max. I'm a big fan, and I just was wondering, what is the most cleverest or cheekiest moment you've had in filming season 6, or your moments during season 7 while you were in
I hear you very well. I've got reverb up here. What was that?
What moments were your cheeky? Sorry. What was your cheeky moment? Favorite, most cheekiest or cleverest moments you had happen to you, or had happened during filming season 6, or when you were in Vancouver filming season 7?
So what were the cheekiest?
I mean, there's a lot of silliness that goes on, I'm not going to lie. But the new characters are really fun, and I've been having a lot of fun this season. I would probably say that the silliness that occurs between me and my sister when we're not shooting is probably my most favourite thing. But that's been going on for 4 seasons, so that really is season 6 and season 7. But we definitely have a lot of fun in between scenes and in between takes, and I literally forget that I'm at work. When they come knocking for me, I'm like, oh my god, do I know my lines? Thanks for the tea, Lana. Oops. Line. Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
Hi again. Kind of piggybacking off that question, what is your favorite blooper and or on-set prank? It doesn't necessarily have to be yours.
I mean, I've said this before, so sorry to anyone that's heard it before, but most of my bloopers don't make the blooper reel because I'm swearing too much. But I do make the cut at the rap party, so they make the blooper reel before the rap party, and then everyone's drinking and we watch it and laugh, and I'm in it loads. Because when I forget my line, or I trip or something, I swear, and I'm like, oh, I made the cut. And then it comes out on DVD, I'm like, oh, I've been cut out. Okay. Oh well. Yeah, I've got a potty mouth. Sorry, Mum. Actually, I got it from her. What am I talking about? Thank you.
I had 2 questions. I was wondering if you could say hi to a friend named Samantha Lacey, and my other question is, what if your 5-year-old self were to take over your body right now, what would she do? If your 5-year-old self would take over your body right now, what would she do?
Pretty much the same thing that's happening right now. I mean, let's be honest. The girl that's playing my daughter, she's like, it's like you're 12. I'm like, I know. I'm incredibly childish. I refuse to grow up. Why? Being a grown-up is boring. Why? Oh, you become an adult and then you go, oh, I'm going to be serious. No, thanks. So yeah, hi, Samantha Lacey. That was the first part of the question. 5-year-old, well, to be honest though, 5-year-old me was a lot shyer than I am now. Hard to imagine. But I was really shy, so I'm definitely more loud and annoying than I was when I was younger. Thank you. Hi.
And Rebecca, if Hades actually wanted to turn over a new leaf and actually want to make Selena happy, what would their happily ever after look like?
I don't think I could go back to that relationship, quite frankly. I'm good. I don't need a man. All the women's independent, throw your hands up at me. Whatever. He killed Robin Hood. I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to date the man that killed my baby daddy. I think I scared him away. Thank you for your question.
Hi, I love Lost so much. I like that you like chocolate like Charlotte. I have 2 questions. One is a funny moment that happened behind the scenes of Lost. And the second one is, have you kept in touch with anyone except Emily from Lost?
Yes. When I first joined the cast of Lost, you know, we were obviously shooting in the jungle 99.9% of the time, so we weren't near any toilets. Fun for girls, really fun. Because all the blokes are just like behind a tree, do you know what I mean? We actually had to go to the toilet, and they had these awful, you know those hideous porta potties that you get at festivals? And they're rancid. I mean, they smell like where dreams go to die. So I'm going in one, I'm like don't breathe, and so you don't breathe your nose, and now it's in my mouth, and you're like, do I do nose, do I do mouth? It's really stressful. I'm trying to peel my jeans because I'm so hot. It's just a hotmess.com. And then I was walking towards one once, and Evangeline Lilly, who played Kate, went, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going for a wee-wee. And she's like, you're in the in the jungle, just go behind a bush. And I went, oh yeah. Like, why am I going into that rancidness when I could just hide? So I took her advice and I found a bush and I took my knickers down, I had a wee, I'm like, oh, it's better. And then weeks go by and then Josh Holloway and Jorge said, remember that time you went to the loo in the bush? I'm like, what? They're like, we were standing right behind you smoking a cigarette. Just my bum, just out. Brilliant. But they didn't tell me for weeks. They're like, we didn't want to tell you because you were new and we thought you'd be embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God. You're welcome, America. It's not cute though, is it? Hi.
Hi. So I feel like your character has definitely developed throughout the show. So what is one thing that you admire most about your character, Zelina, other than being unapologetic?
Yeah, I mean, I just love her feistiness, you know? It's really cathartic to play someone that really sticks up for herself. I think especially as someone that was bullied, she wouldn't tolerate being bullied. And I really respect that because I didn't have that strength when I was younger. And sometimes I think Zelina is even stronger than I am. So I would probably say like her feminine strength is really, wow. I love that about her. She's a feisty thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey, sorry, I forgot my question. So have you kept in touch with any of the other people?
I'm still in touch a little bit with Ken Leon, who played Miles. Josh Holloway, I was still, his show Colony actually shoots on the same soundstage as Once Upon a Time, but I haven't run into him yet. And then Jorge Garcia, I worked with him on Hawaii 5-0, we're still in touch. And then Daniel Day Kim, who I love. I love that guy. Yeah, I'm still in touch with a few of them, yeah, it's nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Teddy, and I was wondering if you missed driving your green station wagon from season 6.
Have I been driving it? Yeah. Have you seen me drive? No, I am not. I will take my bicycle or Uber. Uber and Lyft. No, I really do not think Zelina belongs behind the wheel, especially with, you know, her child. I'd probably kill the pair of us. Thank you. Know your limits. Hi.
I wanted to know how long it took for you to get in makeup for the Wicked Witch.
The green makeup takes about an hour and a half, and I would say from getting to work to walking on set takes 3 hours. Yeah, lots of coffee. Thank you, darling. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was tired.
What you doing? What you thinking? What you feeling?
I promise I'm not gonna stop again. Like earlier. I mean. Okay, so in season 3, Zelina was wearing Regina's outfit, and to me, she rocked it. So if there are any other Regina's outfits that Zelina liked, what would it be?
There was a red velvet number that she wore that was pretty sexy.
Woo! Yeah.
But I don't think she would give it to me. I think we would fight. Yeah, we don't share clothes very well. But the red velvet one, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There would be a rival, obviously, between you and Regina when it comes to better outfits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
I'm start crying. Hi guys. I was wondering what your favorite thing to do with Lana is.
My favorite what?
Thing to do.
Favorite thing to do? Oh my God.
Wait, with Lana.
I mean, we do a lot of things together that are really fun. I would say doing nothing with Lana is probably the best thing to do with Lana. When we just sit around and do nothing in our pajamas, that's probably my favorite. Our girly nights are pretty spectacular, I'm not gonna lie. Girly nights. Love you too. Hiya.
At the San Francisco con, you did some impressions. Can you do some impressions now?
Of who?
The evil queen.
Fillet the witch.
Can you do Rumple's laugh?
All magic comes with a price, dearie.
Can you do snow?
Charming. We still have our hope and our faith.
I want to know what you most miss about the UK.
You what?
I want to know what you most miss about the UK.
You, obviously, duh. Obviously. English people. You know, the sense of humour, definitely, how we all take the piss out of each other, the crap telly and a good cup of tea. Oh, my family. Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. Hiya.
Hi, I love you so much. I wanted to know which episode is your favorite, like, to shoot? Like, which episode is your favorite?
The musical? We had so much fun doing that. That was like doing a Broadway show for 2 weeks. We all felt like kids, you know, we were so excited. It was such an amazing experience, for sure. Thank you.
I love that.
Me too! Hi.
I had two questions actually. One was about if you had to choose one movie to be in, like any movie at all for Zelena to be in, what would it be? Like where, and even if she like walked up in like a random place, or like what would she say? And then two, cause I know Lana was in Lost for a little bit, so I was wondering if you guys knew each other in Lost. Lana?
No, we never worked together. I think she was on it, she guest starred on it right before I came along because she was on Not Penny's Boat, wasn't she? That was before me. Yeah. So Lana and I met in 2011, so before Once Upon a Time, but I didn't know her when we did the whole Lost shenanigans. But what movie should Zelena be in? Pretty Woman? Help Julia Roberts find a different job, maybe? You know, sell something else other than herself. Yeah, Pretty Woman. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. When you got the role, and then Creation decided to do Once Upon a Time cons, and they came to you and said, we want you to come and do the cons, how did you feel about that?
Felt #blessed. I mean, how great is that? I'm so glad that they did these. I love doing the Once Upon a Time shows so much because everybody here is into the same thing and it's all of us together. And I think it really, these creation shows are the most special because this is where the community gets together and everyone travels from all over and it's that one time that everyone gets to see each other. So, it's wonderful.
We love you.
I love you too. Thank you, darling.
Hi again. So I have another question, obviously. So I want to know how you would feel if Once Upon a Time were to cross over with the show Supernatural.
Ooh, yeah. I'd love to see a scene with me and Lara and Jared and Jensen. That'd be pretty hot. Like at Ronnie's. Happy hour. Oh my god, it writes itself! I'm so inspired. I'm going to talk to the writers. Great idea. Brilliant. Done. Hiya.
What story would you want to like add to Once Upon a Time besides Star Wars? Because you always like everyone says Star Wars.
I don't know. Like what hasn't once done? Like what stories need to be added? What Disney stories haven't been added that should be? Yes, Pocahontas. What about maybe Ginny could come back as a bunny? I don't know. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, I was wondering, because you were like saying you do your own stunts, so like what was your favorite stunt you've done on the show?
Ooh, do you remember that scene with me and Hades where we were on a bicycle? Yeah. And I'm like, it's like a broom with wheels! We were supposed to put a bike on a truck and then it was going to drive through the forest. But there was something wrong with the truck and it was taking too long and it was about -10 degrees. It was bitterly cold. And I'm like, sod it, let's just get on the bike. I want to go home. So Greg German got on the bike and I sat side saddle and we actually did it like through terrain. And I'm like, I may not make it, but at least I'll get to go to home or the hospital. Either way, I'll be wrapped. So we just did it. I'm like, ah! Like I was not acting. No acting required. It was, and he was not a good cyclist, God love him. So that was soups on tots. Hitting just thinking about it. Thank you so much. Hiya.
Hey.
Hello again.
Hello again. Like, Rebecca, like, if you would you and Regina be teaching little Robin magic when she's a little older and at the same time to stay away from boys?
You're about to see. Stay tuned. I
want to see this
Thank
episode.
Very soon. Thank you, darling. Hello.
Hi, Max. I'm Kiana. I love you. You're amazing. I also love your name. My best friend has the same name, and she's sitting right there, and she's awesome.
Amazing. What's up?
I wanted to know, what was your favorite scene that was filmed but didn't make it into the episodes?
There was a really cool scene where it was fun to shoot, where I had the magic neutralizing cuff on in Storybrooke, and Maleficent was in it, her daughter Lily, and Josh had to like grab me and throw me like out the car. It was really fun. It was a really big scene, and I remember watching the episode going, "Oh, it's gone. It's just gone. It's just not there." That happens a lot. You're like, "Where's that bit I did that was? Oh, it's not there. Okay, fine. It's on." Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, I think Josh enjoyed that a bit too much. Ow, sweetie, ow. He's really funny too. Thank you. Love Josh. Hi.
Hi. If the Wicked Witch could be any other color than green, what color would she be?
Someone asked that earlier and I said purple. Thank you. Hello.
Hi. If you could dye your hair any color, what color would you pick?
Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to. I did once. I went blonde. I didn't like it. It made me look a bit pale, a bit ill, a bit sickly. It wasn't pretty. I just looked a bit slightly dead. A bit rigor mortis. It didn't work. I've tried, and really, I can just be ginger. You know. And I'm an ethnic minority, and I have to celebrate it. God damn it! Thank you. Ginger's rule.
Hi, good morning. I was wondering if you could have lunch with 3 different people, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Ooh.
That are alive.
Me.
Probably my sister and my 2 nieces. That's probably the best lunch I could ever have right now. I would pay a lot of money for that. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. What is your favorite knock-knock joke or Laffy Taffy joke?
I don't remember any jokes at all, which is weird because I memorize lines for a living. People tell me a joke, I'm like, oh my god, that's brilliant. I can't wait to tell my mum and dad that, and it's gone. Just poof. I can't remember any jokes. Rubbish. Sorry. I'll work on it.
Hi, Bess. Once you said in a con that your dream was to record a CD, did that dream come true when you record your music for the musical episode, or do you still want to do it?
Yeah, I would like to do it. I would definitely like to record some songs, but, you know, I get so busy working as an actress, it's like you don't have enough time, but I would definitely like to record an album. That's definitely been a dream of mine my whole life, so it's still on my bucket list, absolutely. Thank you so much. Hi.
Hi. I was wondering if you could say hi to a friend. Her name is Lizzie. And I was also wondering what you did to break away from the shy bullied kid you were as a child.
Hi, Lizzie. I don't really know how I did it, really. I mean, I know that I think I just gained my confidence sort of on my own. I think honestly,